All right, lecture 2 covers states of matter. You should know these definitions. And once you know these definitions, the problems will be pretty easy to solve. Since undoubtedly everyone who is seeing these videos knew what solids, liquids, and gases were by the 3rd grade, won't go into too much depth in this, but there are a few little things that we need to talk about. All right, so we'll just look at the questions to explain these different ideas. 1. Which states of matter are considered fluids? Well, that would be liquid and gas. Fluids flow. They move on their own. So gases definitely, liquids we definitely know as fluids, but gases are also fluids. Solids sit, they don't do anything, they sit there, they don't flow, so they're not considered fluids. Which states of matter have a low compressibility? That is, ones that are really difficult to compress. Well, we know gases are easy to compress, at least initially as you start compressing them under normal circumstances. But low compressibility, liquids and solids have low compressibility. Solids, obviously. And if you have a solid and you, depending on the solid, you might be able to notice that there's a little give to it, but definitely once you let off, it usually springs back. And liquids, even though they flow, if you trap them inside of a container so that they can't get out of the way of whatever pressure you're applying, you'll see that they really don't have much in the way of compressibility either. Which states of matter have high expansibility? That is, which ones expand to fill their containers? Well, that's only gases. Liquids and solids tend to sit on the bottom of a container. Which states of matter have high rigidity? Which ones, I guess in one way of saying it, which ones are solid? Well, that would be solid. So high rigidity, liquids definitely don't have rigidity. You can put your hand through them, assuming it's not a dangerous liquid. You can, if it's water, you can put your fingers right in through it. No rigidity there. Obviously, gases don't have much in the way of rigidity. 5. Which states of matter have a surface? Well, gases will fill any container, so they don't have any surface. There's nothing, you don't have gases just sitting there inside of a container and finding the lowest level. They expand out. So solids and liquids have surfaces. The molecules or atoms that are part of that solid or liquid have intermolecular forces that hold them together so strongly that they tend to group together. They won't expand out, so they will create surfaces. And then finally, what is the 4th state of matter and what are its characteristics? So the 4th state of matter, as you know, is plasma. And this is it's mentioned, actually I'm not sure if it's mentioned in this early in the book, but it's definitely in there, and you should know that it exists. It is a neutral gas of charged particles. What normally happens you have a substance that is a gas, and you just keep heating it up. Eventually it has so much energy that the electrons are stripped away from the molecules. And so it's neutral because the electrons and the ions that they leave behind cancel each other out. But it's definitely a gas, and if we were to look at the gas, we'd see that the particles are separate. The electrons are no longer, some of the electrons, I should say, are no longer part of the atom or molecule. So those are the things that you should know about solids, liquids, and gases, along with the definition.